Welcome, friends. At the crowded airport, the sound of rolling suitcases and flight announcements filled the air. Suddenly, the camera focuses on a woman walking with grace, yet pain in her eyes. She holds the hands of two little girls, twins, about 4 years old, with innocent faces and pink backpacks. The woman looks strong, but deep inside, she carries the scars of a broken past. Behind her, a man in a sharp suit suddenly freezes. His confident CEO steps falter as his eyes widen in shock. He recognizes her. She is the woman he once loved. The woman he left behind when she was carrying his child. His heart pounds, but now he sees not just her. He sees the twins, two little souls who look like him. The camera zooms in on his trembling hands as memories flash. Before his eyes, the day he walked away, the tears he ignored, the promises he broke. Regret drowns him. His empire, his wealth, his success, none of it matters at this moment. All he can see is the family he abandoned. The woman lifts her chin, trying to stay strong, refusing to let him see her pain. She clutches her daughter's hands tighter, as if protecting them from the man who once shattered her heart. But one of the twins suddenly looks back, her curious eyes locking with the CEO's. His breath catches. That look pierces through him like a knife. It is his own reflection in her innocent gaze. The atmosphere grows heavy. People move around them, but for this moment, time stands still. The CEO whispers softly, almost breaking down, "Those are my daughters, aren't they?" Her eyes fill with tears, but she turns away, unwilling to let him back in so easily. The twins tug at her hands, asking, "Mommy, who is that man?" Her lips tremble. She takes a deep breath and whispers, "Someone. We don't need to know." The CEO falls to his knees in the middle of the airport, his pride shattered, his soul begging for forgiveness. His voice cracks as he says, "Please, give me one chance. I don't want money. I don't want power. I just want my family back." The woman hesitates, her heart torn between pain and love. The camera captures the raw emotion in her eyes. Viewers feel the weight of her decision. Will she forgive him, or will she walk away forever? The screen fades slowly, leaving the audience in tears, their hearts pounding with emotion. Friends, if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The airport grew quieter, as if the universe itself paused to witness the most important moment of their lives. The millionaire CEO, once proud and untouchable, was now on his knees in front of the woman he had abandoned and the twins he had never held. His eyes, once cold with arrogance, were now overflowing with tears. The woman stood frozen. For 4 long years, she had raised her children alone, through sleepless nights, endless struggles, and moments when she almost gave up. She had built walls around her heart so strong that no one could break through. And now, the very man who caused her pain knelt before her, begging for forgiveness. Her voice trembled as she spoke. "Do you know how many nights I cried myself to sleep? Do you know how many times your daughters asked me, 'Where is Daddy?' And I had no answer, only silence and tears." The CEO bowed his head, his shoulders shaking. "I was a fool. I thought wealth, success, and reputation mattered more than love. But seeing them now, seeing you, I realize I've been the poorest man alive. Please let me make it right." The twins, innocent and unaware of the storm between their parents, looked up at their mother with wide eyes. One of them whispered softly, "Mommy, is he really our daddy?" The mother's heart shattered at the question. She wanted to protect them from disappointment, but she also saw the longing in their little faces, the longing every child has for a father's love. With trembling hands, she knelt beside her daughters and held them close. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she whispered, "Yes, he's your father." The CEO gasped, covering his mouth as more tears poured down. He stretched his hands forward, desperate but hesitant. May I hold them?" The woman hesitated. 4 years of pain screamed within her not to trust him again, but the sight of her daughter's hopeful eyes broke her silence. Slowly, she nodded. The twins stepped forward, their tiny hands reaching out. The CEO gathered them into his arms, his heart breaking and healing at the same time. For the first time, he felt the warmth of unconditional love, the love of the children he never knew. His voice cracked as he whispered to them, "Daddy is here now, and I promise I'll never let go again." The airport around them faded into the background. Strangers wiped away tears, moved by the raw emotion of a broken family trying to heal. The mother stood watching, her heart torn apart yet softened by the sight. She had every reason to walk away, but deep inside a spark of hope flickered. Perhaps this was the beginning of something new. The screen slowly fades with the sound of the twins' innocent laughter mixed with the father's sobs. A hauntingly beautiful melody of forgiveness and love. Friends, if this moment touched your soul, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The airport echoed with the sound of soft cries and whispers. The CEO was still on his knees, holding his daughters close, as though he feared they might vanish if he let go. His once flawless suit was now wrinkled, stained with tears, yet for the first time in his life, he didn't care about appearances. The mother stood a few steps away, her arms folded across her chest. Her heart was torn between anger and compassion. She remembered the cold night he had walked away, leaving her alone, pregnant, terrified. She remembered the nights she held her belly and whispered, "Don't worry, my babies. Mommy will never leave you." And now, here he was, weeping, begging, holding the very children he once refused to acknowledge. Her voice broke the silence. "Why now? Why after all these years? Do you think a few tears will erase the pain I lived through? Do you think they can erase the nights when I went hungry so my daughters could eat?" The CEO looked up at her, his eyes red and swollen. "No, nothing can erase that. And I will never forgive myself. But please don't punish them for my mistakes. Let me earn a place in their lives. Let me protect them, love them, give them everything I failed to give you." The twins, sensing the storm in the air, clung tighter to their father. One of them whispered softly, "Mommy, Daddy feels warm. Like home." The mother's eyes filled with tears. That simple, innocent phrase cut through every wall she had built around her heart. She turned her face away, whispering to herself, "Don't be weak. Don't fall again." But deep inside, she knew love had never truly died. It was just buried under years of betrayal and pain. The CEO slowly stood up, still holding one daughter in his arms, while the other tugged at his hand. His voice was trembling but firm. "I don't want your forgiveness today. I don't deserve it. All I ask is for a chance to prove that I've changed. Let me show you that family means more to me than power, money, or reputation." He reached into his pocket and pulled out his wallet, not to show wealth, but to take out a small, worn photograph. He held it up with shaking hands. It was a picture of her, taken years ago when she was pregnant. He whispered, "I carried this with me every day. I left you, but I never left you here." He tapped his heart. The mother gasped, her body trembling. For years, she thought he had forgotten her, erased her from his life. But this photograph proved otherwise. Tears streamed down her face as she finally spoke. "You broke me once. If I let you in again and you break us all, I won't survive it." The CEO stepped closer, gently placing the photograph into her hands. "Then let me spend the rest of my life proving I'll never break you again." The twins looked between their parents, their innocent voices rising in unison. Friends, if this scene touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. The airport stood still, as though every soul inside was holding its breath. The CEO's words echoed in the mother's heart. "Then let me spend the rest of my life proving I'll never break you again." His trembling voice, his tears, the photograph he had carried for years, all of it collided with the storm of memories she had buried deep within. The twins clung to both of them, looking up with innocent hope. Their small voices repeated softly, "Mommy, please let Daddy come home." The mother's knees felt weak. She had fought so hard to be strong, to protect her little family. She had raised her daughters with nothing but courage and love. Yet she had also carried the loneliness of an abandoned heart, the silent ache of wishing for a partner to share the burden. Her tears flowed freely as she whispered, "Do you even know what home means? Home isn't built with money or mansions. Home is trust. Home is staying, even when it's hard. The CEO stepped closer, his voice breaking. Then let me build that home again, with you, with them. I don't want boardrooms or empires anymore. I just want to wake up to the sound of my daughter's laughter, and to see you by my side. The twins pulled at their mother's hands, their tiny eyes filled with hope. One said, "Mommy, we don't need toys. We just want Daddy." The other whispered, "Please don't cry. If Daddy stays, you won't be sad anymore." The mother's heart shattered completely. The walls she had built for 4 long years began to crumble. She looked at the CEO, once a man of arrogance, now standing broken, stripped of pride, humbled by love. For the first time, she saw not the man who abandoned her, but a father desperately seeking redemption. She closed her eyes, whispered a silent prayer, and finally spoke, her voice trembling but full of courage. "If I let you back into our lives, you must promise never again. No leaving, no excuses, no broken promises. Our daughters deserve a father who stays, and I deserve a man who loves without fear." The CEO's chest heaved with sobs. He dropped to his knees once more, clutching her hand with both of his. "I swear on my life, on everything I have, I will never walk away again. If you'll have me, I will spend every day proving to you and to them that family is my only empire." The mother's tears fell like rain. She looked at her daughters' hopeful faces, then at the man before her. Slowly, she placed her trembling hand into his. The twins squealed with joy, hugging both their parents tightly. The 4 of them embraced in the middle of the airport, strangers around them wiping their own tears. The camera pulls back, capturing the image of a broken family made whole again. Love had conquered pride. Forgiveness had conquered pain. A new chapter had begun. The screen fades slowly to black with the words, sometimes, friends, if this scene touched your soul, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel, Soul of Kindness. Welcome, friends. Weeks had passed since that unforgettable day at the airport. The once lonely mother was no longer walking through life alone, and the millionaire CEO was no longer trapped in his cold empire of wealth and pride. Something greater had been born, a family restored by forgiveness, bound by love, and healed by the innocent laughter of 2 little girls. The scene opens inside a cozy home. The twins are running through the living room, giggling as their father chases after them, pretending to be a monster. "Daddy's coming!" He growls playfully, and the girls squeal with delight, hiding behind their mother. The mother stands in the kitchen doorway, watching the sight she once thought she would never see. Her daughters in their father's arms, her home filled with laughter instead of silence. Her heart, once broken, now slowly stitching itself together. Tears well in her eyes, but this time they are tears of joy. Later that evening, as the twins fall asleep in their father's arms, he kisses their foreheads gently and whispers, "Daddy loves you more than anything in this world." The little girls smile in their sleep, holding his hand tightly. He turns to the woman, his voice low but full of sincerity. "Thank you for giving me this chance. I don't deserve you, but I promise I will spend my life proving that I can be the man you always needed." She steps closer, her voice soft but firm. "I don't want grand promises. I only want one thing: stay. Stay with us. No matter what storms come, no matter how hard life gets, just stay." He takes her hands, pressing them to his chest. "Forever. I swear, forever." The music swells as they embrace. The twins, still half asleep, mumble softly, "We love you, Mommy. We love you, Daddy." And for the first time in years, the mother whispers the words back, not just to her daughters, but to the man she once lost and now found again. The camera pans upward, showing the family together at last. 4 souls, once broken, now whole. A home filled not with riches, but with love. The screen fades to black with the words, "True love is not about never falling. It's about rising again, forgiving again, and choosing to stay, no matter what." Friends, if this ending touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel, Soul of Kindness.